all of it, the whole thing, you know. This is history making, and I'm just gotta do a real demolition job, and you know, I'm hungry.
That explosive statement came straight from the final press conference, where Dubois made it clear he's not just chasing belts, he's chasing greatness. The calm before the storm is over. Now it's all about demolition. And just when you thought Dubois was done, he doubled down with even more fire in his words. He stated, "I prepared right. I'm just on a different level now. I'm ready to come through whatever I need to on Saturday and get all them belts. I'm up, I'm chasing glory, and I'm chasing greatness." This isn't the same fighter we saw before. There's a shift in his mindset, a different kind of intensity in his eyes. He's not just stepping into the ring for a rematch. He's walking in with something to prove. With every sentence, you could feel the hunger, the obsession with rewriting his story. This version of Dubois isn't hoping for a win. He's convinced it's already written. Saturday night might just be the night he shocks the world. And then came Usyk, calm, composed, but deeply focused as he shared his thoughts with a quiet intensity.
I'm happy to be here again. Why it's my night? Because I believe for this. Because I hope in Jesus Christ and Virgin Maria. But I prepare for this fight. Ukrainian.
There's something powerful about the way Usyk speaks. Not loud, not flashy, but full of conviction. Behind that humble tone is a warrior who's carried the weight of a nation and never backed down. He doesn't need to shout to make his presence felt. His eyes say it all. This isn't just another title defense. It's spiritual. It's purposeful. He's not fighting for fame. He's fighting for something much bigger. And then Frank Warren, Dubois' promoter, shared his thoughts with a sense of pride and anticipation, setting the stage for what was to come.
To coming along, I'm excited because it's such a phenomenal historical fight. You know, 4 belts on the line for the first time in the UK, and Daniel's chance for greatness to become one of the British.
This isn't just another boxing match. It's a moment that could etch Dubois' name into British boxing history. Warren knows the weight of this opportunity, and you could hear it in his voice. He's been here before, seen champions rise, and he believes this could be Dubois' defining night. For him, it's not just about the belts, it's about legacy. And if Dubois delivers, this could be a night talked about for generations. Adding another layer to the narrative, Joseph Parker, who was originally set to face Dubois, shared his perspective on the matchup.
Yeah, I think he's in a brilliant headspace right now. Like, look, he's made it quite obvious that he just wants to fight on now. You know, he's got to go through these media obligations, but we can see he's a little bit edgy, and people have mistaken that actually for nerves and saying, oh, is the moment starting to get to him? Forget that. And we saw him walk out that he had with Anthony Joshua. He's been here before. That edginess that's around him is him just wanting to get it on right now. You know, he doesn't like all this media stuff, so he's in a really...
Parker's insight hits differently, knowing he was just days away from sharing the ring with Dubois himself. He's seen the build-up up close, felt the tension, and understands exactly what's on the line. His words carry weight, not just as a former opponent, but as someone who recognizes the shift in Dubois' mindset. There's no denying the confidence Dubois is walking in with this time, and if Parker's read is right, we're about to witness a version of Dubois we've never seen before. Boxing analyst Spencer Oliver weighed in with his take on Dubois' mental state just days before the clash.
Today, I think that's history. You know, he lost the fight, Daniel. He went on and lost the fight. I think that's all history. I think what's much more exciting is that Daniel's in a much better place 2 years on. He is the same person, but I think he's a very different mental version of that. I think he's a very psychologically improved version of Daniel Dubois, mentally and physically, I think, as well. He's very strong.
Oliver's words cut through the noise, offering a different lens on Dubois' behavior during fight week. While some have questioned the tension around him, Oliver sees it for what it truly is: raw focus and impatience to get inside the ring. He's been around long enough to know the difference between nerves and readiness. For Dubois, the talking is done and the waiting is the hardest part. Every moment outside the ring now just feels like a delay to what he's already visualized: war. Meanwhile, veteran commentator Adam Smith reflected on Dubois' growth since his previous setback, offering a thoughtful perspective.
No, I think Oleksandr is he's a one-off, really. He's incredibly mentally strong. Physically, he trains like an underdog every time. He's relentless in his training, and I don't think so. I think psychologically, yeah, he's been on the front line for Ukraine. I think it's he's not going to mind any of this. But I think if it helps Daniel, that's really useful because I think psychologically he's had difficulties before, but I think now with Don and on that run he's got the Baby Miller fight, the Hrgovic fight and the Joshua win, I think he's at the top of his mental and physical powers. So I think if it helps Daniel to try and get under the skin and think he may have, then I think it's good for his side. But yeah, he'll go into it full of confidence, Daniel, and that's the important thing for him. But I don't think it will affect Oleksandr, no.
Is Daniel more of a dangerous opponent than Tyson Fury?
That's a really good question, Joe. I think potentially yes. He hits very, very hard, and as I said, he's 27. So, and he's coming off these 3 big wins, which are crucial for him and his confidence. 21 knockouts in the 22 victories. Tyson Fury, more stylistic, a better boxer, but
Smith didn't dwell on the past. He pointed forward, focusing on the transformation Dubois has undergone. He's seen fighters crumble after defeat, but what stands out here is the evolution, not just physically, but mentally. There's a new depth to Dubois, one built on experience, hard lessons, and a fresh mindset under a new camp. Smith's take brings balance to the hype, reminding us this isn't about revenge, it's about redemption, and that makes it even more dangerous. Adam Smith also shared his views on Usyk, shedding light on what truly sets the Ukrainian champion apart.
it helps Daniel. That's really useful because I think psychologically he's had difficulties before, but I think now with Don and on that run he's got the Baby Miller fight, the Hrgovic fight and the Joshua win, I think he's at the top of his mental and physical powers. So I think if it helps Daniel to try and get under the skin and think he may have, then I think it's good for his side. But yeah, he'll go into it full of confidence, Daniel, and that's the important thing for him. But I don't think it will affect Oleksandr.
There's a reason Usyk feels like a different breed, and Smith captures it perfectly. He's not just an athlete, he's a symbol of resilience, forged in conflict and pressure far beyond the ropes. His mindset isn't rattled by media or mind games. He's been through real battles. That kind of mental armor is rare, and it's what makes Usyk so dangerous. When the lights come on, he won't just be fighting for belts, he'll be fighting with the weight of a nation behind him. Continuing his analysis, Adam Smith offered a deeper dive into the mental game behind this high-stakes clash.
I think potentially yes. He hits very, very hard, and as I said, he's 27. So, and he's coming off these 3 big wins, which are crucial for him and his confidence. 21 knockouts in the 22 victories. Tyson Fury, more stylistic, a better boxer, but Dubois got very few all-round weaknesses. You might say his feet are a little bit slower than a Fury, but he's got a thunderous jab if he uses it right as well. If he doubles up the jab on Saturday night, that's going to be really important. But he's got great power in both hands. He's got a wonderful uppercut too. So he's all-round a very...
Smith knows that for Dubois, confidence isn't just helpful, it's essential. After the ups and downs in his career, this version of Daniel seems more grounded and prepared. The wins, the setbacks, and the support of his current team have all contributed to a more focused fighter. But even with this new mindset, Smith reminds us that Usyk is cut from a different cloth. The mind games might boost Dubois, but they won't shake the unshakable. In a bold comparison, Adam Smith shared his thoughts on how Dubois might actually pose a tougher stylistic challenge for Usyk than even Tyson Fury.
Who does that suit? I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out Saturday night, DAZn pay-per-view. I know we kind of want to forget about Low Blow Gate, and the first fight between them two was a while ago, but is there any factor in that? Is there any factor in the fact that they shared the ring, despite the fact that Daniel is, as we can all see, a different man?
Daniel probably gets some confidence from it, that he know whether you think it was low or not low. He knows he can be hurt, and another referee on a different day may have said that shot was fine. It was borderline, so Daniel will have confidence from that, certainly, but
It's not a statement you hear every day, but Smith breaks it down with logic. Dubois isn't just young and hungry, he's entering this fight with serious momentum and knockout power that's hard to ignore. His style may not be as flashy or elusive as Fury's, but it's direct, powerful, and potentially punishing. The jab, the uppercut, the raw aggression, if he puts it all together on fight night, Usyk will have to be at his absolute best. This isn't just about skill, it's about danger, and Dubois brings plenty of it. Former world champion Carl Frampton shared his ringside impression of Dubois' energy and body language during fight week.
Yeah, it looks like he's really up for it. He looks like he's ready to fight right now, which can be a good thing, but also maybe not such a good thing if you're wasting energy for no reason so far out from the fight. But I looked at him today on the stage, and he's sitting with his hands clenched. He's kind of rocking back and forward. But to me, that's like someone that wants to be let off the leash. Like, I want to fight. I want to get this done, which is good. He's up.
Frampton's eye for detail paints a picture that words alone can't. He didn't just hear Dubois. He watched him, studied him, and saw a man on edge, buzzing with fight night tension. There's a fine line between focused energy and premature burnout, and Frampton's observation raises that very question. Is Dubois perfectly dialed in or already burning too hot? Either way, one thing is crystal clear. He's desperate to let his hands fly, and that urgency could either be his greatest weapon or his undoing. Carl Frampton also weighed in on the shift he noticed in Usyk's mindset as fight night draws near.
Usyk's demeanour has changed as well. Usyk was a bit more jovial at the start of the week and maybe a couple of weeks ago to some of the footage that I've seen, but now it's almost like the switch has been flicked and he's in fight mode too. So both guys are confident, and it's gonna be another epic night with close to 90,000 people at Wembley.
Frampton picked up on something subtle, yet telling, a change in Usyk's vibe that signals the calm is over. The smiles, the jokes, the lightheartedness have faded, replaced by that cold, focused intensity only seen in true warriors. It's not just Dubois who's locked in, Usyk is right there with him, fully switched on. The tension is building on both sides, and with a sold-out Wembley roaring around them, this has all the makings of a historic war. The fuse has been lit. Carl Frampton broke down how he expects the fight to unfold strategically, especially in the early rounds.
Window.
Yeah, look, his best chances early in the fight, I think, more so than the second half, and I think that's a fair comment to say. So I think he will be aggressive. He'll know that. Don Charles will know that. They'll start fast, but Usyk will know it too. I think he'll be expecting that. I think we're going to see a real battle for the centre of the ring. So in that sense, a lot of the fighting is going to be done in the middle, not a lot on the ropes. Usyk's a really good mover, but doesn't really move really round the ropes. He kind of moves centrally, and he's good enough at it that he can be seen as a mover, but he still holds the centre of the ring. So I think we're going to see a lot of fighting right in the middle of the ring.
Frampton's analysis sets the tone for what could be a high-stakes chess match from the opening bell. He sees Dubois coming out with fire, fast, aggressive, looking to impose himself early. But Usyk, the master tactician, will be fully aware of this plan and ready to counter it. What makes this clash even more intriguing is the predicted battleground, the center of the ring. No hiding in corners, no running. Just two elite fighters trying to claim the same space, inch by inch. And when that happens, fireworks are guaranteed. Even at the final press conference, Frank Warren made a strong case for why this version of Dubois is the most dangerous we've seen yet.
I think because he's coming into his prime, he's had great grounding. If you look at his resume, he's fought probably at this age, he's probably fought the best, real good quality fighters, more better quality fighters than most heavyweights at the age he's at. And he's got the experience. He's got a great team behind him. He's shared the ring. They know their strengths and weaknesses. He knows he can hurt Oleksandr if he's done that.
Warren didn't just hype his fighter, he laid out the facts. From experience to opposition, Dubois has quietly built a resume that rivals many seasoned heavyweights. He's not just young and powerful, he's sharpened by real battles and guided by a team that knows exactly what's needed at this level. The belief isn't built on hope, it's built on history. And as Warren reminded everyone, Dubois has already proven he can shake Usyk. Now, the question is, can he finish the job? Frank Warren spoke with firm conviction, making it clear where he stands ahead of Saturday night.
And I feel genuinely it's going to be his time. He's on a roll like you cannot believe, beating world-class fighters, undefeated fighters, two-time world champions, and done it in style. And I think he's going to do it. I really do believe he's going to do it on Saturday night against one of the great champions in boxing, in heavyweight boxing.
This wasn't just hype, it was confidence rooted in momentum. Warren highlighted the names Dubois has taken out, the unbeaten records he's shattered, and the way he's done it. With power and purpose, he sees a fighter who's not just rising, but peaking at the perfect time. For Warren, this isn't just another title shot, it's the beginning of a legacy, and he truly believes Dubois is ready to conquer one of the greatest heavyweights of this era. Usyk's manager, Klimas, also delivered a short but powerful reminder of what his fighter is capable of at the press conference.
We're back again here. Look, he did it once, and he's going to do it again. And we're very confident as a
Klimas didn't need to say much. His words carried the weight of past victory and present confidence. This is familiar territory for Team Usyk, and they're walking in with calm assurance, not noise. They've been through pressure, through doubters, through giants, and still came out on top. For Klimas, it's not about making bold predictions, it's about trusting proven greatness. And with Usyk, they believe lightning is about to strike twice. Klimas didn't hold back when asked about Dubois' growth since their first encounter, offering a sharp take at the final press conference.
It's the same guy. What he can change in a couple of years. You cannot train your mind. And that's, I think, his weaknesses is.
His words weren't just dismissive, they were calculated. Klimas questioned the core of Dubois' evolution, hinting that physical changes mean little without mental transformation. In his view, the pressure, the stage, and the moment will expose the same old cracks. It was a psychological jab, meant to challenge, to provoke, and maybe even unsettle. Team Usyk isn't just betting on skill, they're betting on mental dominance. And Klimas made it clear, they're not buying into the Dubois 2.0 hype. Frank Warren wasn't about to let Klimas' comments go unanswered. He fired back with full confidence in Dubois' evolution.
Well, we'll see on Saturday. He certainly trained his mind against Miller, he certainly trained his mind against Hrgovic, and he certainly trained his mind against AJ in a big way. And he's got better and better, and he's showing his power. His power, he knows he can hurt Mr. Usyk. He knows that. He's felt the power, and he's a much, much better fighter from 2.5 years.
Warren came in swinging, listing every name Dubois has conquered on his comeback trail. For him, it's not just about fighting, it's about how Dubois has mentally rebuilt himself. Opponent after opponent, the version stepping into the ring now isn't just stronger, he's smarter, sharper, and far more dangerous. And Warren made sure everyone knew, Dubois has already shaken Usyk once, and this time he's coming to finish what he started. Klimas wasn't backing down. He responded to Warren's confidence with a calm but pointed reminder of who Dubois is really up against.
Oleksandr is not of those three fighters. He's different from those three fighters. And Saturday night, the history is going to be made here at the Wembley Stadium. You will see.
Klimas made it clear, this isn't Miller, this isn't Hrgovic, and it's definitely not Joshua. Usyk, in his eyes, operates on an entirely different level. He didn't raise his voice, but the message was sharp. History favors greatness, and they believe Usyk is about to make more of it. With the stage set at Wembley and the world watching, Klimas delivered a quiet warning. Dubois might have grown, but he's walking into a storm like no other. Frank Warren responded respectfully to Klimas' reminder of Usyk's elite status, making it clear he isn't underestimating the champion.
I absolutely agree with what you're saying there, Aegis. He is different. He's a fabulous and great champion. But this is the new kid on the block. 27 years of age, ready to go. He's got all the ammunition, he's got the power, and everybody underestimates his boxing ability. He has one of the best jabs in boxing.
Warren acknowledged that Usyk is truly one of the greats, a unique and accomplished champion, but he wasn't ready to back down from his belief in Dubois. While fully aware of the challenge ahead, Warren emphasized that this is a new era, and Dubois brings something different to the table. It's not about dismissing Usyk, it's about believing in the rise of the next big thing. For Warren, Saturday night is where respect meets opportunity, and Dubois is ready to seize it. Following that respectful nod to Usyk's greatness, Frank Warren shifted the focus back to what makes this fight so exciting for the fans.
And we'll see on Saturday night. Whatever happens, the fans are going to get something special, because I know your man, as soon as that bell goes, he ain't going to be on the back foot. He's going to come and try to take the center of the ring, and Daniel's going to be there to meet him. So it's going to be a battle of wills, a battle of power, strength, and the young guy's going to...
He knows what kind of fight Usyk brings: pressure, precision, and control. But he also knows Dubois won't be taking a backward step. Warren predicted a collision from the opening bell. Usyk trying to command the center, and Dubois ready to meet him head on. It's not just a technical battle, it's raw, it's personal, and it's going to come down to who wants it more. In Warren's eyes, the younger, hungrier fighter is about to shock the world. And just when the back and forth was heating up, Usyk stepped in with his signature calm and wit, responding to Warren's passionate remarks.
Good promotion. Good promotion.
Let's bring in
Don't push the horses. Don't push the horses.
With a few simple words, Usyk cooled the fire in the room, reminding everyone that the fight isn't won at the press conference. It's won in the ring. It was classic Usyk, unshaken, composed, and sharp with subtle humor. He wasn't rattled by the hype or the predictions. Instead, he delivered a quiet message: stay calm, the real show is coming. And when it does, he plans to let his gloves do the talking. Even Dubois' trainer Don Charles is confident that his fighter will beat Usyk, and he made that belief known with powerful, measured words.
And in my opinion, in my beliefs, he's been destined to be here today. He's been destined for, on Saturday, to do what's almost deemed as the impossible. The impossible will become the possible. That's why we're here. We're ready. I normally got a lot to say, but I'm gonna keep it short because all the talking has been done. It's now time.
There was no shouting, just deep conviction. Charles spoke from the heart, calling this moment destiny. For him, Dubois has been preparing for this night long before the world noticed. It's not just another fight, it's a chance to turn what many believe is impossible into something real. The time for talk is over, and as Charles said, they're ready for action. He didn't stop there. Charles went even deeper, offering a rare glimpse into the personal battles behind the gloves.
I don't think, if you really think about what this young man has experienced to be where he is today, the sacrifices he's always made and still making, it's a prime example for any young person who wants to come into the industry to follow and copy what this young man here.
He followed it up with an emotional reflection, highlighting the sacrifices Dubois has made to stand on this stage. It wasn't about hype, it was about respect for the grind. Charles called Dubois a role model for young fighters, a blueprint of hard work, discipline, and focus. And with that, he made it clear, Dubois isn't just chasing a title, he's chasing history. This fight has all the ingredients of a classic. Dubois looks sharper, more focused, and emotionally dialed in than ever before, but Usyk is still the master of movement, control, and calm under pressure. If Dubois can bring the pressure early, we could be in for a major upset, but if Usyk settles into his rhythm, it could be another masterclass. Do you think Dubois has truly changed since their last encounter? Can his early aggression break Usyk's rhythm? Or will Usyk's experience and calmness take over once again? Will it end early or go the distance in a tactical war? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in for more videos like this.